Ladies and gentlemen, it's Titoclock. So please welcome your host, James Deacon.
What's up, everybody? Hey, what's going down, peoples? Where are you from? How you doing first? How you doing? And then where are you doing it from? Well, that's how we like to greet everybody here on Titoclock. We like to say hi. We like to know where you are. You know, we just have a little picture of geographically where everybody is. Makes just a lot of sense in our heads. Anyway, big show lined up today. We got a guest today in the studio. Well, not actually in the studio. It's still a remote type of thing, but we have a guest. And of course, we're going to be drawing out that fantastic prize from JBL. It's going to be a waterproof headset, great for exercising, even though it's really hot to be exercising now, but you can always exercise indoors or at night, etc. I don't need to tell you how to do it, right? All I can do is give you the headphones, and that's my job done. The rest, you figure it out. Okay, let's say hi to a few people before we get started. First up, Mayan. Woo, she's present. And she is first. Renee Villoria, pardon me. Is there Stephen Colimbo, Silk Phillips, always with us from YouTube, by the way. Chris Tupper, or Tupper, Chris Williams, Ellen Soriano, View Jacobs Garcia, Stephen Colimbo, Christian Arsenio, Tommy Abancena. Whew, so many. Diego Latigo. There's a bunch of you out there. I can't get through everybody. So what we'll do is we'll keep going later randomly throughout the show, saying hi to people like Jeff Boy, who's watching from La Union, and Chris from Batangas. All right. So with that in mind, we got to get things started because, as I said, we do have quite a bit to get through. So let's start off first with the latest in headlines. And for that, we need Chris. Chris, what you got for us, Chris?
What's up, Tita James? Happy Friday, my fellow Titoclockers. This is Chris, and here's your Titoclock news. Another batch of 227 overseas Filipinos have reached the Egyptian border town Argin from Sudan and are waiting for official entry and eventual repatriation to the Philippines, the Department of Foreign Affairs said. The 227 OFs traveled on chartered buses to the border, where they met Philippine Ambassador Ezzedine Tago and joined another 50 who earlier crossed Sudan into Egypt. Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Eduardo de Vega said around 350 Filipinos have signified interest for voluntary repatriation to flee fighting in Sudan between the Sudanese Armed Forces and the Rapid Support Forces. Other overseas Filipinos had managed to leave Sudan through evacuation missions by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and of France. Others left the country with assistance from their employers. The Department of Migrant Workers has said it will help with relief to evacuees as well as with finding work for migrant workers displaced by what international news reports have described as a potential civil war. Pope Francis, in a historic move that could lead to more inclusiveness in decision-making in the Roman Catholic Church, will allow women to vote for the first time at a global meeting of bishops in October. In the past, women were allowed to attend the synods, a papal advisory body, as auditors, but with no right to vote. The revolutionary rules announced on Wednesday are the following. Allow for 5 religious sisters with voting rights, and the inclusion of 70 non-bishop members who represent various groupings of the faithful of the people of God. The 70 priests, religious sisters, deacons, and lay Catholics will be chosen by the Pope from a list of 140 people recommended by national bishops' conferences. The conferences were encouraged to include young people, and 50% of the 70 will be women. Synods are usually attended by about 300 people, so bulk of those with voting rights will still be bishops. The new rules follow 2 major steps Francis took last year to place women in decision-making positions in the Vatican. The heat index in several parts of the country may hit 40 degrees Celsius and above today, according to the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAG-ASA. Pag-asa weather specialist Benison Estareja expects highest air temperatures at midday at 34 to 35 degrees Celsius in several areas. but the heat index, or the heat felt by our bodies, may possibly exceed 40 degrees Celsius. Estaray has said that soaring heat index due to the easterlies of warm wind blowing from the Pacific Ocean may affect Dagupan City, Cabanatuan City, Metro Manila, Puerto Princesa, San Jose in Occidental Mindoro, Masbate City, and Legazpi City. Slightly cloudy to cloudy skies and isolated rain showers are expected in the Visayas, but temperature spikes for Rojas City, Mactan City, and Catarman, Samar. In Mindanao, a heat index of 40 degrees Celsius and above is possible in Zamboanga del Norte, Butuan City, General Santos City, Cotabato City, and Davao City. Rain showers are expected as early as Friday morning in the Zamboanga Peninsula, northern Mindanao, and parts of the Bangsamoro region. That's the latest in headlines. It's time to check the inbox for our weekly dose of sweet potatoes brought to us by Kamote Corner. Woo-woo.
All right, here we go. Our first
Right, you're never ready for this.
everybody. Let's see what you got there, Chris.
All right, the first one. Always keep a safe distance wherever you are. Tara, kape.
Good job. Um, I agree with the safe distance, but what's that guy stopping for? What's Isuzu stopping for?
Not really sure.
Looks like a road rage type of thing, a brake check. You don't do that on the. I
True.
can't see. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't see anything in front of this guy. Any
Me
reason for
neither.
him to stop? So that looks like pure road rage. Keep it going. Yeah, that. Can you see
Most probably.
Can you see anything there?
No, I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's really one of the worst things you can do. Is, oh my God, this is so dumb. This is really dumb. This looks like the NLX, right?
Don't waste it.
Okay, okay. Give me the update because I want to see. I want to know what happened here.
The owner apologized to that guy with the cam because it automatically BBS niya because of the car.
Okay, okay. Benefit of the doubt, he's got it. That's why I wanted to see if there was any reason that the guy stopped like that. Because come on, look at that. Look at the way he stopped, and then I can't see anything around, and that's just
Right.
okay. I don't know. It still looks a little sus to me, but let's just take his story face value, right? It's
Sige. Palalagpasin natin to.
Let's just use this as an example na lang of road rage because a lot of people do this. Don't ever brake check a person like that because that is just and people do it all the time because somebody's staying too close, they brake really fast just to get them, and then
Oh, wow. Dangerous. All right, let's see the next one. Atras pa!
hot sweet
Yep.
potatoes, Marvin says.
Hot sweet potatoes on a hot day.
Okay. Ay, quiz. Whoa!
Why?
Parang tumakas pa. Parang tumakas pa.
Yes. Like nothing happened.
Mhm.
Like bump and then, okay, bye.
Okay, bye. This is why dash cams come in handy.
True.
We really should start giving away more dash cams here.
Yes.
Yeah, because look, I mean, he probably just thought, I'll just take off of it now. You got his plate number, everything. So,
Mm-hmm.
buti lang, may plate siya. Well, it's a joke at the moment, but anyway, go on.
All right. Next. Sorry, sir. There's no driver. And I don't think it's in the Philippines. I think this is taken in the States. It's fun though. Um,
Yeah.
I hope we could hear the audio, but basically the one taking the video is saying, we can't pull over
Yeah. I heard.
because
It's like, no, this is person
sorry,
driving
sir,
this car.
there's no driver. We
And the
can't.
policeman's panicking, like saying, you gotta. Okay. Does he come up? Does he actually come up to the window?
Actually, we actually don't know.
I know. But
Possibly,
nagka-counterflow si Kuya. Parang,
really,
parang Kuya Cop is
right?
trying to be one of those hagads as well, huh? If that's the case, and this is in the States, so booting up para sa'yo, I hope you never get where you're going. I hate people who counterflow and use wang-wangs in any country. So no sympathy for me, cop. Next.
All right, next. Just to present to you the Department of Agriculture's Ford Ranger. Not sponsored, or is it?
I'm curious now. Got my interest. Ranger, Wild Track
For
for
official use.
only. Nice.
Nice.
Wow. Thing. The world.
All my Ford Ranger.
Mhm. I always wonder every time I see one of those things where they're actually on official duty. Always, but they should have.
Are they?
Yeah, and the top of the line models like that as well. But anyway,
We'll see. All right. Shall we move forward to the last one?
let's move on.
Move on. Here's a friendly reminder to please check your belongings and your vehicle before departing. Let's see the picture.
Let's see what we got.
I mean, sometimes it's coffee, sometimes it's groceries, other
And
times it's shoes.
sometimes it's shoes. Yeah, I know that's
Ay,
fun.
nako.
Uh, well, at least it's not the worst thing out. You saved that one for last. Thank you, appreciate it.
Yep, and so we made it. All right, congratulations in advance to our raffle winner or winners. Stay away from Kamata people, but choose happiness instead with some Sugar Rush. And please do follow my events team on social media. That's Sugar Rush Entertainment PH, or follow me on Facebook or Instagram. That's Chris Napeñas or Chris Bernetta. And you may shoot me a work-related DM as well. This is Chris. Have a fabulous long weekend, everybody. Happy Labor Day. Stay safe, healthy, and hydrated. See you on the next one. Bye!
Bye. That was Chris with the latest in headlines and keeping us up to date with what's going on out there in our big bad world. But thank you for that, Chris. We needed that. All right. I did mention that today we have a special guest who's going to be in the studio or interviewed with us here today. And she is the COO, the president and COO of Global Dominion Financing, which is what happened there? Okay, she is the CEO and president of Global Dominion Financing, which is a great way to sort of help expand or start a new business where you can get some microfinancing. So let's welcome her all to the show. Hello there, Patricia. Good to see you.
Hi, James.
How
How are
keeping
you
it?
on this Friday?
It's sweltering outside. Where I'm doing great
Yes.
though. How about you? Long weekend,
Excellent.
traffic is through the roof. It's hot. It's payday. It's chaos out there. Are you coping? Are you surviving?
Yes, with a lot of deep breathing and really adjusting the air conditioning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. It's just really, how should I say it? Extraordinary.
yeah,
Right?
it is extraordinary. You're
Yeah,
not the
yeah,
only one
yeah.
feeling that.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere. I was just out for about 2 weeks visiting our branches, and it really felt that we were baking inside the, the cars.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
but well,
All right. Well, we'll get straight to it so that we don't take up too much of your time. We know you're very busy and you got a lot
sure.
to you on a bit of a time limit today. So, first off, I just wanted to greet you again a happy 20th anniversary for Global Dominion Financing. That's a milestone in any industry, but especially in this
Yeah.
type of industry. Maybe you want to share your team's secret with us. How do you do that? How do you get to 20 years successfully like you did?
Well, thank you, James, and it was great to have you during our anniversary event. So you obviously had a lot of fun as well. There's no secret really. I think it was really the key to our persistence and our resilience is really just being purpose driven and really being in tune to what the market needs right now. Our purpose really is to empower families to achieve their goals and their dreams. And every day we realize just how powerful that purpose is. We offer now secured loan products such as the car and truck financing and the car and truck refinancing product or the service, which we call our Sangla ORCR loan. No? So that's one that's pretty popular. These products, especially the Sangla ORCR product, helps individuals and businesses bridge those occasional budget gaps, so that they could really expand their capacities and invest in the activities that matter to them. So for those who have existing businesses, maybe you're feeling that there's more demand for your product and you need some extra cash to buy your inventory or maybe make payroll. And for those even considering starting their own business, this is also a product to consider.
But you're
Additional
very
capital.
yes, and Sangla or CRs. I think it's one of your most popular. It's what people know you for as well. Perhaps you can tell our audience how it works and what the main difference and problem you're trying to solve from them just going to a traditional bank, because that's the old mindset is just if I need a loan, I go to a bank. Why Global Dominion and what's the advantage of the Sangla ORCR?
Right. So, James, they can use their ORCR or official receipt or certificate of registration of their vehicle as collateral in exchange for a quick cash loan. So, without having to surrender the unit itself. So, our processing is very fast. Within 24 hours, we could do that. And they can apply in any of our branches nationwide. So again, you don't have to surrender your car. You can continue to use it for all your activities. But at the same time, you'll have that extra cash for your, again, for those budget gaps or expansion requirements. You can just visit the website, gdfi.com.ph, to learn more about our products in our branch location. So for your viewers today, those sitting in traffic, you're really sitting on an asset that could really help you grow your business. Or if you're thinking about fixing a problem in your business, you're probably just sitting on it.
You're literally sitting in the
You're
solution
literally sitting on
right
it.
there.
Yeah.
How much do you work on a percentage of what the market value is, and how do you determine how much a person can borrow based on their ORCR?
Of course, you have to look at the vehicle, its condition at the point of the borrowing. I think we can we can appraise, or we can more or less approve at about 70, 80, or sometimes 90%
Wow.
of the asset value. Yes, depending on the information that they give.
Okay.
So of course, we look at not just the collateral, but all the other information of our applicant.
That's a little more than I thought, actually. So that's good. Well, because I thought maybe I mean I haven't tried doing it with my car before, but I have in the past. Had to do that with smaller items, and they always give you under 50% of what the market value is worth. So I didn't
Yeah.
really know, but it's good to know that 70, 80, up to 90%. depending case to case on the car. That's great.
Yep.
What's in store after 20 years of making it this far? What's in store for the next 20 years for Global Dominion?
Well, on top of the products that we have and the services that we have, I guess we continue to serve our clients, the Filipino business owner or just Filipino itself, no, through innovation, no, just towards financial inclusion. Not a lot of financing outfits or lenders do what we do. We think we have the best product that would fit our clients' needs, so we might as well do it the most efficient way that we can. So, we just keep on going. We continue to explore new systems, new technologies, just to help things go faster. This allows us to zero in on the customer journey with the aim of improving their experience with us. So that no, plus our continuous expansion and our investment in people development, we see ourselves becoming a significant leader in the Philippine financing industry in the coming years. I think we also made mention more than once about our 79 branches to date, and we plan to expand to about 100 or so, about 100 within the year, nationwide. So again, our clients or those who are curious can visit any of our branches nationwide. They can find all the information at gdfi.com.ph, and we're happy to connect to as many MSMEs and clients nationwide.
All right. And how do you manage your risks? I'm curious.
Well, first of all, we have to do a quick check. We have to do a quick check all the time on the client's capacity to pay. We sometimes drop by their source of income. And let's not forget the product is a secured loan. So there's collateral involved. And so we encourage our clients to declare all the necessary information for us to give them, the best amount for their needs and really their current situation. We encourage all our clients to pay their monthly amortization on time, no, which is also to their benefit because it's their opportunity to build a really good credit record. Not everybody gets to have that opportunity, but with us, it's an opportunity. So it's really a win-win situation for our borrowers that they pay their loans on time. They get to keep their units. They get to use their cash or that vehicle for their expansion activities. They get to earn more because they grew their business. And let's not forget how, they get to serve more customers in the community as a whole as all of this economic activity increases.
Awesome. Eileen is asking here in the comment section about the rates. Is there a standard rate? Does it vary? Or how are the rates?
Yeah, well, the rates vary depending on the year model of the unit and also the tenor, the term that they choose. I think right now it goes for as low as, I think, 1.38 or 1.4%. Yeah, on a monthly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so I guess with that, we wish you a happy 20th year to Global Dominion. We know you're very, very busy. And thank you very much, Patricia Poco Palacios, Global Dominion Financing President and COO. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me, James.
You're welcome. Stay cool.
Thank you, partner. See you.
All right. That was Patricia Poco Palacios from Global Dominion. In kapartner mo sa pag-angat. There you go. And that's something that, I know there's a lot of different opinions on this, but when you are, a lot of times people say, oh, why don't you go here? Why don't you go there? The banks offer lower rates. Well, understand that not everybody, for one, is banked. That's a big problem in this country. So microfinancing is a very, very needed thing. It may not be needed for you, and it's not. And good luck to you. You're great. That's a great spot to be in if you don't need to go for microfinancing or 24-hour financing. But for some people, who want to grow their business but don't have the option, but they do have an asset, this is really their only alternative. So that's why we're more than happy to share this news with our viewers, because while it might not be for everybody, for those that it helps, it really, really helps. And they really don't have many other options. So I, for one, am very, very happy that Global Dominion is offering these types of services. And if you ever need to expand your business or start a new one and you want to take advantage of this and you need the 24-hour loan approval and fast financing, you've got something here. You got partner in all needs, as Mirna says. All right, so that brings us now to another section that everyone looks forward to on a Friday. It's where we help little small businesses out, just getting their goods and services out there, breaking through the noise, and we call it Free Plug Friday. For that, we need X. What you got in the box there, X?
Hi, DJs, and hello, Titoclockers. Welcome to another edition of Free Plug Friday. All right, Tita James, let's start, Tita James, by letting them know, guys, if you want to be part of Free Plug Friday, please send a message to Deaconitis. It's actually scrolling down below. All you need to do is send him a message on IG. Now, let's get that out of the way. Now, the first thing we have is overspec. So, Tita James, there's like a big box right in front of you. Is that a box? A gift basket, rather. A gift basket with all sorts of things. And as you can see, Tita James, that's all from Overspec. It's actually a car accessory shops that opened back in 2020 of October. And they offer different items that you can see there if you don't mind opening so we can show them what they have. They have everything, guys.
All right.
And guys, their items are actually LPSB OTR compliant. So Overspec.
LP what?
Well, like for example, what I have here are plate frames, like motorcycle plate frames.
That's a real sore note at the moment. Huh?
That's a story for another time. But yes, what do you have there?
Your plate, right?
You have a lot on your plate. Peter James, what do you have there? Because right now what I'm holding is a plate holder.
This on. Oh, so
all right,
this
what's
is
that?
A plate holder.
Plate holder. They offer plate protectors also for automotive, for vehicles, motorcycles, and they even have steering wheel covers, plate adapters. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like a bracket. What do you have there, Tita James? Mind showing?
It's like a thermos.
Oh, yes, and they also offer apparel and even water bottles as well. So let's check what you have there because I don't have that with me. What I have are just the plate frames just to show Overspec. All right. It looks like an insulated
12-hour spot.
water bottle.
I love that. Okay. With a nice little one there. Okay.
All right. What else you got there, Tita James? There's actually a lot, right?
Gotta get through all of these. These look like
There's even a chin guard there, I know.
shirt.
Okay.
There's a shirt. What's this? Chin guard. Oh,
Chin guard, yes.
a chin guard for. Okay. All right. And this has already 3M tape in the back.
Nice. Awesome.
Okay. Good.
Yes, it actually you actually met the owner when we went to the Makina Moto show last like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
they
so
actually have like
basically they supply they have a lot of things for cars. There's a plate frame there. I've got like inner tubes here. More inner tubes, fine. More yeah. plate.
so shout out to Juan Miguel Bernal. Anyways, guys, the price varies depending. Yo, Geloy, what's up? Thanks for hooking us up. Anyway, guys, you can check out their Facebook, IG, Shopee, Lazada, and even their website. Everything is there. And of course, the prices vary depending on the item. What's that? Is that the steering wheel cover, Tita James?
Wheel cover.
All right, awesome.
Okay.
This is pretty cool, and hope you guys can check them out. Again, guys, Overspec on Facebook, Instagram, Shopee, Lazada, and you can check them out. The website is scrolling down below. Now, next, Tita James, we go to This is so random, but Chris was talking about the heat, so we have to get us some tea. What is that? Did you just see a comment down there?
I'll put Bob's comment
Okay.
back.
Why? Please pop up. What is this? Do they offer tea? No, that's actually a good question. Hey.
Yeah, I think this is it. I think this
Does
is
the
it.
owner want to step in and chime in?
This is
Maybe.
for your license, not this for your driver's license.
Yes.
Medyo-
Pwede. Good enough, right?
And then you can hang it here. And then you can put your vaccine card pa in the back if you want. Wala nang problema.
Still a sore topic for everyone, Tito James.
Kung mahal talaga.
Hey guys.
Yun.
All right, Tito James, as mentioned, since the heat index is going up to 40, we need us some tea. What's up? What's the tea? It's from Chaa Pinas. So, guys, just like Overspec, Chaa Pinas started in the late 2020s, and it's actually discovered by the owners that have a vast experience and expertise when it comes to flavored iced tea. So, Tito James, you have actually a lot more in the refrigerator here in the back. They actually have 5 flavors. What are you having now?
Raspberry.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I have with me peach. And how's the raspberry so far?
Very, very good iced tea. It's very good. I'm dying to try the rest.
Yes, Tito
Because-
James, and actually, yes, go ahead.
No, I don't really drink iced tea much, but if it's
That's
a
true.
iced tea, if it's really good, handcrafted like this, it really
Yes.
is good. I will go out of my way to order it, but I just hate the powder stuff, you know.
Same.
So
And I know,
this-
Tito James, you're actually watching your sugar right now because you're actually
Yeah.
like more active, right, with Roxy. So
so
for you to
these
try
are-
it, make it.
Are they low?
Well, no, but the fact that you're making this, like you're drinking it, you're
Yeah.
giving an exception to this. It says a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
you're very careful with what you consume now. I mean, I've noticed that, and everyone's noticing that you're losing weight as the days go by, and you're so particular with what you put and you drink, what you consume, and the fact that you are consuming this Chaa Pinas right now,
Yeah,
it means that you really enjoy it, right?
I did.
Chaa Pinas.
Already one. They also
And
have like
Tito James,
expiry dates, huh?
yes, actually, they have expiry dates here, and of course, they also show the different kinds of flavors. So as Tito James said, he's having raspberry, but they also have calamansi, of course, the classic lychee, peach, and Tito James, actually, the price is 135 pesos for a 500 ml, and they have bigger sizes as well. But you know what's cooler, Tito James?
The only thing cooler is
Yes! Raffle time! So Tito James and Titoclockers, Chaa Pinas is actually giving away 3 sets. So 3 sets that have each of the different flavors that they offer. So 3 sets for 3 lucky Titoclockers. So Tito James, what hashtag or what emoji meme should they put down below to qualify? Hi to Brent Ko, I saw your comment.
iced tea. Is there an iced tea emoji or some kind of tea
drink?
or refreshing drink?
Okay.
I'm
So
sure there's
guys,
a
you heard
refreshing
Tito James.
emoji. Let me check. There's gotta
Okay,
be.
go check.
Is it
So
there?
guys, 3 sets of these. I haven't. Maybe I should
Drink.
try one of them right now.
Yeah, there are. Okay, there's like, yeah, there's a perfect one like that. There's a, I don't know if you can see that one.
What's that? Oh, a
It's
drink, like a cooler.
Iced tea. Looks like an iced tea.
Yeah.
So there,
Looks like a nice tea.
Whatever looks like an iced tea, put that down. How about that?
So guys, put it down below if you want to get a chance to win. We can be one of the winners of a set of each. And I just tried the classic. It's super good. So I can't wait to try the rest. So guys, if you want to support them, you can check out their Facebook page. They also have Instagram and even on TikTok. And they're soon to launch on Grab, Food Panda, even Lazada and Shopee. So guys, just as a reminder for those who want to purchase or for those who are going to win, make sure to drink this while it's chilled, and of course, shake the bottle. That's what I forgot. Shake the
Oh,
bottle
yeah.
before drinking. But yours, Tito James, you finished yours. So
I'll
there,
just
guys, actually. Not too late. So, guys, actually, that's all we have for this week's edition of Free Plug Friday. Stay safe and always sanitize your clockers. This is X. Peace out. Enjoy your long weekend. Bye. Woo, woo, woo. Send a message to Deaconitis if you want to be a part of Free Plug Friday. Bye.
And that was X for the latest in Free Plug Friday. Thanks, X, for that. And if you have a product that you think qualifies for this, and what we mean by qualifies is let's just save it for the smaller businesses. We want to keep it for people who really don't have the budget to be able to advertise. It's just our little way of helping them out. So pop a message on IG at Deaconitis if you think you have a product that will work on Free Plug Friday or should be here. And we'll definitely help you out there and put it on the air for you. So that's all there is to that. Now it's time for Ask Me Anything, brought to you by Petron. Okay, wow, ooh, that escalated quickly, didn't it? Raffle time is coming up in just a few minutes, so if you've tuned into the raffle, hang tight. It's coming. Let me just check because X needs some time to download all the responses and put it into the software. And I just want to check before she does that how many we're dealing with. So, because there's quite a bit, right? 4,800 so far. So you can see there's definitely quite a bit to get through there. We're going to be raffling that in just a little while. In the meantime, let's check out our Ask Me Anything. I've asked around, but nobody was able to give me an answer. I'm green-red colorblind, was recently given an additional restriction to daylight driving only. I was going to contest that limitation, and I don't know where to start. The Philippine Society of Ophthalmologists already stated a position there that colorblindness is not a reason for said restriction. What should I do? Where should I start? Okay, you were already given one, right? This is tricky because I'm assuming if they've already given you a restriction, this makes it very tricky because now you've got to undo this. And we know from doing anything with the LTO, anytime you have to undo something, it's really a nightmare. Just before I answer that, I'll give you a little anecdote. A friend of ours actually, does my makeup, went over to renew her license. Now, in 5 years, right? In the 5 years that it took to renew her license, she had put on 5 kilograms, right? Over that time. I mean, it's weight. Do you know that they would not renew her license because there was a discrepancy between her weight now and the weight that was recorded on her driver's license when she got it? That's how absurd it is what I'm telling you. So I'm not sure 100% of what your case is, but the way you worded it says that you were recently given an additional restriction. So I'm assuming it's already on your license, and now you're going to have to go and protest it. And this is where it gets very, 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 very tricky. I can try my best to forward your message to ASEC Tugade and see what he says. He's got a lot on his plate right now, but I'll just see if I can get an answer for you and not have to answer you privately, because this will require a lot, put it that way. And have to first find out who the right person to speak to is, and then channel you through that way. And then you're just going to have to go through and jump through all the hoops that they put you through. I don't envy you. Yeah, most government agencies are nightmares, not only LTO. You're absolutely right. I'm already feeling your frustration and your pain. My 2 sons are colorblind, so they don't, well, one is driving now, the other one's not driving yet. And they don't have any restrictions in their license, and it's never affected them. So I agree with you that you shouldn't be there, especially that they do know what the red and green lights look like. So there you go. That's the best I can do for you, but it's going to be tough. I'm just preparing you. It's not going to be an easy run. Next. Want to ask, okay, I know where this is going. Hi, James. Ever since I got my NG trophy, I've experienced some difficulty driving steep inclines. The engine seems to have a hard time whenever I drive up a road. Have you experienced this? Is there a function I'm missing out on? I had a scary experience yesterday. I plan to use the car to go Baguio, but having second thoughts. Don't worry, Raul. There's nothing wrong with the car. There is a different type of gearbox that they use, which is causing that feeling, right? It's a direct shifting gearbox, right? Now, what you need to do, try whacking it into sport mode, right? Because when you put it into sport mode, you can do it one of two ways. You just hit the lever to the side. So instead of up and down like park to drive, once it's in drive, hit it to the side and it will put into sport mode. And you can even hit the super sport button on your steering wheel, right? What this does is it just makes the shifting a lot snappier and crispier, and it shifts a lot faster. This will solve that problem that you're having. But if you're keeping it in normal mode, I have the same issue every time I come up my driveway. Every time I enter the building, there's a fairly steep driveway going up to the car park. And I always have this issue unless I have momentum behind me. But if I don't, which is I assume what you're doing, you're going to have this little, it's going to hunt. So put it into sport mode and you shouldn't have that issue anymore. And then just don't forget to put it off sport mode after that because it'll just use a bit more fuel. And you don't want to do that. So there, hope that solves the problem. Please let me know how it works. But I'm pretty sure that will solve it 100%. Next. LTO ORCR dapat name po din ng mga panalib of sale. Yes. Yes. Whoever whatever the name the loan is in has to be the same name as the ORCR, obviously. They didn't mention anything about a deed of sale though, so I don't think you need that. Right, so that should be no problem. Limited vehicle plates, then scarcity of driver's license, procurement of stocks was not monitored. This is a mess, by the way. I was on air this morning with Net25, and we were talking about this issue, and it's really something that shouldn't be happening. Now, I got to be fair to the LTO here because the LTO were raising the alarm bells as early as November last year. They were saying they needed to procure more plastic cards and license plates. And then the DOTR in January, this is according to Secretary Tagade, in January took over the procurement. Now, by doing that, it has delayed the process because anything over 50 million needs to go to them now. And I understand why they're doing it because in theory, it should help with the corruption, that they don't get preferential treatment to suppliers, etc. But who's watching the DOTR? I don't know. But on an LTO level, that's what they're trying to stop. The problem is it's just created this huge red tape, right? And this has now led to this position where it's now coming up to May, and we don't have plates anymore. We don't have, and this should not be happening. So I do not know. Yeah, why don't you just hire those guys in Recto who can print PVC IDs? It's so crazy, but it might just work, you know? If even the counterfeiters can get the materials, why can't the original ones get them? That baffles me. Now, I know there's some things that they don't use are not exactly the same, but the idea of telling me that we're paralyzed because we can't find plastic cards in 2023, I just can't buy. Now, another point that I made this morning on ASPN was I said, had this come up with a digital solution, right? Like had we just navigated towards a digital ID, we would have been hailed internationally as, wow, look at these guys. These guys are progressive. These guys are, wow, they're on the ball. But instead, we look like we've gone 30 years backwards because we didn't have a digital solution for this. So running out of plastic cards, it would have been fine if we just created a digital option. I really don't understand why we don't have a digital option. I really find that the digital option is harder to counterfeit. So why don't we do it? Why don't we just do it? We do it for so many other things. Why don't we do it for our driver's license? Not quite the plates, because the plates you do have to display, but okay, display it and then still have a QR code on the corner there so that they can verify if it's really a proper plate that's registered at the central database of the LTO. I really think they should have just done that. But then that's the problem that we're dealing with. They move so slowly. Now that and they spend more time finger pointing than they do anything else. So I actually feel here for Asa Kudade because I know that when he came in here, he was already trying to prioritize this. He was talking to me about this last year. Like he actually invited me and I went there to see the plate stamping facility at the LTO. And well, what happened? Well, there's a plate stamping, but there's no plates, there's no raw materials. So I really am tending to believe his side more, because I was there when he was telling me back in November last year that they didn't have any, they were going to have this problem. And then, of course, the DOTR taking over the procurement, they seem to be the little problem there, the blockage. Now, DOTR is saying that the LTO haven't furnished them with all the requirements needed for the procurement. So they're blaming LTO. Even if that's the case, why did you wait till April 28th or 27th or 26th or whenever it was that they raised the alarm bells on this? Why did you wait till you run out? I mean, why didn't you just say back then, make the deadline back then in January when you did it, and say, give us these items that we need from you, and no, don't wait till it's the last minute and say, well, it's his fault. That's what's happening. Abutan ko ng, okay, probably, Paul. Now, I'm also hoping that they extend the validity. I think they did, didn't they? I have double checked, but to extend the validity would also partially solve that problem, but it doesn't solve it, just pushes it down the road. But at least we don't have people walking around with pieces of paper in 2023. It's just ridiculous. It's all about the renewal of medical for driving license before the accident. Thought about the renewal of medical for driving license before the actual expiration of license of 10 years. I'm not sure if you're saying you thought about, I'm not sure if I understand the question, but, or if it is a question. It's all about the renewal of medical for driving license before the actual. I'm not sure I understand it, but they have scrapped the medical now, Christian, which is a good thing as well. I have to say that was just totally useless, that medical exam, and it was an unreasonable and unnecessary expense because they weren't doing it properly. Next, unless we go straight into Rappel, is it bad to gas up with your car on? I don't think so. People say, I've heard people say before, oh, it's going to screw up your injectors and stuff like that. I can't see any mechanical explanation for that unless you are like running on no fuel at all, and then the fuel that's going into your tank is going into your injectors. But that's unless you've got a full tank, the fuel system in the car is running completely separate to when the tank's filling up. I mean, it doesn't affect it. I don't believe that. Now, they're going to say that the service station side, so it's not bad to gas up for your car. Like, it's not going to hurt your car if you gas up. I've done that many times. But will it hurt the service station? I don't necessarily believe so, but if you're going to be taking safety precautions, it's not an unreasonable one to ask, is to switch your engine off. And then also, I would think that for the environment and for the people who are working in there, that would be my biggest reason to turn my engine on. Right? That's how I feel about it. Like, if these gasoline boys and girls have to work in that kind of environment where they're just constantly sucking the fumes in because people won't turn their engines off, I don't think that's very nice, very cool. So that's the reason I would do it. But I hate being lied to. Like, I hate being told that you can, kailangan you switch your engine off kasi sa sabog, or you have to switch your cell phone off. They used to do that before a lot. They used to force you to switch your cell phone off. I mean, it doesn't, the risk between the cell phone igniting a gasoline pump, that's been debunked so many times, right? And now they don't say it anymore, but they tend to, I hate it when people fearmonger, because sometimes the real reason is enough. And the real reason for me would be just the environment that the people are working in. Can you just switch your engine off in the same way you do it in a car park? That's all. Hope that answers that. Periodical med exam, yes, that was, and thank goodness for that, Bill. Next, what is your worst experience in a government agency? Gosh, we don't have enough time, John. We simply do not have enough time to get into that. But I would say there is one before. One that sticks out for me was I was flying out to Tokyo one time, and I was with a group of all these journalists and stuff, and there was something. I was under at that time, it was a different type of visa I was working under, and Like there was like an overdue of 1 day, and they don't have anything in the airport where you can pay that, right? That's ridiculous for me. They said you have to go to Manila and do it there. It's like if you're going to pay an extension or overstaying for any reason, why wouldn't you have it at a place where you're actually leaving the country? No, the penalty for overstaying was you have to stay in the country. Doesn't make any sense to me. And then you have to go somewhere else completely far to pay for and then go back. So of course the flight was missed, and that was a real hassle. It's probably the worst that I can think of. No hate on e-bikers, but do you think they're adding to our problem, to our traffic situation right now? Depends which ones you're talking about, Bob, because I think if you're those ones with they look like tricycles, and those ones, yes, I believe they are adding to the problem. Um, Definitely because they don't keep the same pace as traffic. There are no clear-cut rules for them, or at least not really communicated about where they can run and where they can't run. So sometimes you see these guys on EDSA, sometimes you see them on C5, sometimes you see them in the most unlikely places, and they do cause problems, and it's very dangerous. Having said that, I mean, I don't have anything particularly against the e-bike. It's the speed that they can maintain. So whether it's gas, diesel, electric, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to discriminate against the power of the vehicle. It's the speed that the vehicle is able to maintain. In the same way that they say you need to be 400cc and above to go on the expressway, they don't care what kind of, it's just the power, because you need to be able to keep up with traffic, and they want you to be into a big bike, etc. So for that, I do agree with you that they are causing problem. I just wouldn't go blanket and say e-bike users in general, because if you're having an e-bicycle, I think you're part of the solution. If you have an e-motorcycle or e-scooter, but it's like a normal scooter, then you are part of the solution, not necessarily the problem. But if you're in those tricycle things, then you're part of the problem. On the flip side, which government agency do you think? Oh my God, you're really putting me on the spot. Okay, I'll try. Where am I? You got me. You really got me. I'm not even trying to be sarcastic, funny, or anything. I'm really digging deep here. Government department that you think does its job well. I'm blank. I'm really blank. I promise if I can come up with one before the end of the show, I'll let you know. I'm really not trying to do this on purpose. I just can't think of one that does its job properly. And this goes for, I think I could say, almost every government all around the world. They just have a particular way of making everything so inefficient. Like if you wanted to find the most inefficient way to do something, have government do it for you. There's unbelievably consistent with how inefficient they can be when they run things. So you would never, if you were going to run your business like the government runs the country, you would be so bankrupt. You wouldn't even last, I think, a week or two. You would just blow through all of your funds, because they're just really, I just think the whole system in itself is just terribly inefficient. And I can't wait to see a disruption in that. And this is nothing personal. This is not like because it's a Marcos government or a Aquino government or it doesn't matter. It doesn't even have to be Philippines. I'm talking in general. The idea of disrupting government is my dream, because I think to myself, if we've disrupted so many things, like we've disrupted banking, or it's in the process of being disrupted, we've disrupted transport, we've disrupted music, we've disrupted photography, we've disrupted so many different things, Airbnb, disrupted hotels. We need something that disrupts government. And in my mind, in my simple mind, because I don't understand how everything works, but I'm trying to understand the technology that we have now and the problem we're trying to solve. A government, to me, should act as administrators of the people's will. Does that make sense? That's just my viewpoint. Okay, is their function is to be administrators of the people's will. So don't give them the choices. Don't let them decide, is what I'm saying. Because if they decide, they're going to decide for what benefits them. Human nature is just far too strong. Read Animal Farm from George Orwell. It's one of the best books out there on this, and it will explain how power corrupts completely. And they use animals as characters just to make it really easy to understand. This was written back in the 40s, and it's still an iconic book today. And the point of all of this is that if we have the disruption that I can see is to perhaps use blockchain technology, because it's something that is, you cannot hack, you cannot cheat. So it makes the perfect system to cast votes in. And you don't need to go through a massive election, right? You could have your unique ID, and then once it's on the blockchain, it becomes like it's an online ledger, right? So you cannot duplicate, you cannot cheat it, etc. So blockchain would come into vote on many issues and regularly. So if you're an active member of your community, I'm asked, right, in my community, using the technology we have, we want to build a bridge, let's say here. What do you think? Here's the pros and cons, you vote. And then I vote, we all vote. Because it's blockchain, it will happen. You can have it done in, let's say, one day. You've already got all your votes in, all counted, everything's above board. And then the government, all they do is administer the will. They just make it happen. But they're not allowed to be a part of the decision-making process, and they're not allowed to also handle the funds. So that's just my simplest way of trying to solve the problem, is you take out that temptation from them, and you put that back to the people using the blockchain as a way to vote very fast, very cheaply, and very efficiently. So we vote on more issues, and instead of giving these people the decision to make all the time. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones who suffer. So it should be the majority wins for every issue, not just every 6 years on who you pick. It should be issue by issue. That's just a loose plan, of course. I'm sure there are many holes in my theory, but that's just a loose plan. Okay, next. I think one last, and then we can do the whatchamacallit. It seems hopeless without eliminating greed. It's ingrained in human nature. I'm sorry, but that's just power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Speaking of toll-away legal motorcycle, any thoughts of sub 400 of push to legalize? I wouldn't do it just yet. You've seen how. No, I not yet. I'm still. Keep it like that, because if you imagine the NLX and the SLX full of underbones and 125s and stuff weaving in and out, like, it'll just turn it into EDSA again, right? It'll just be, because again, until we can make sure that we have a system that really contains the riders and really they can really discipline is stored, it's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. You're going to have this lane-changing thing, people going at different speeds, and then accidents will get a lot worse. And then not yet. Sorry, Michael. And I drive a scooter that's under 300. Under 400. My scooter's a 300, and as much as I'd love to go on the highway, I don't, because one, I'm not allowed, and I understand why. So yes, Gucci, I agree with you there. Okay, that's it. We are now into everybody's favorite time. It is raffle time. Woohoo! Before we continue, this portion is brought to you by the whole Titoclock is brought to you by Global Dominion, Petron, AutoKid, Ogawa, Malayan Insurance, Skinaway, and Culture Salon. Are you ready, Rocketeer? Huh? JBL's up for grabs. You ready? At least look a little excited. Come on, man. You ready? Look at that face with diaper and all. And if you do, Rocket, I have a special treat for you.
We're roughly off the iced tea first.
The which one?
Iced tea.
Iced tea. Oh, sorry. No, not later in the line. Okay, so iced tea first, all right? I'll give you the other one. There you go. There you go. Okay, ready? Whoa! 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 Serious? X? That's who I think it is. Congratulations, Brent Paul, Christian Barassi, and Lloydie Maga. Mm-hmm. Okay, Rob, here's the next one. Ready? I have to press the next one. Okay, go. Congratulations, guys. Those are our winners. Send a message to Rocket on IG at the.rocket.launcher with screenshot as proof, and we will get your prizes out to you. Next. I know. That's what I was saying. Congratulations, Brent, from Auto Industria. All right. Next. Ready? He really wants his treat. See, he's got his paw out and everything. Here we go. Okay, you press first and then you can have that. Ready? Hi. Hi. Next kalamba. Okay, let's put you down. All right. So congratulations to our winners, Brent Cole, the rest of the gang there. Make sure you send a screenshot to Rocket as proof. His address is going to be floating down below in just a second. You can send a message to the little hairy one, Rocket, on IG. That's at the.rocket.launcher. Just make sure you have your screenshot as proof. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up our Titoclock for today, this week. Thank you very much for joining us. Be kind to one another, and I hope you get your plates soon. Bye, everyone.
Fancy meeting you in my internet. Couldn't help but notice your smile, while everybody else around us is surfing about. Can we just stop and chat a while? Love could be waiting at the end of this quarantine. Let's stop